Just continuing figurations of how people live now, and does it reflect of how their lineage might have lived thousands of years ago? Like different classes, how some people strive, to make the big money. Some people are happy with just a modest living. And I was thinking, I've been trying to track everybody uh, from stories I've gathered and things. People say this and that, that like the Italians people think of, like of black haired and stuff like that, the shorter stature. They supposedly didn't come from Italy, that they migrated there. And then you think, well, they came from Turkey, but then if there's a lot of people like that from the Turkey. But then before Turkey was, they gathered in ancient Egypt. And what would their lives have been like in ancient Egypt? Because I'm figuring, that's because to try to find where they crossbred at is probably going to go back. It's not there yet, but because not every race, you can't just have made all races just boom. It has been crossbreeding. But anyway, the taking them back to ancient Egypt and how they migrated possibly to Turkey and other places around there, and out of ancient Egypt after it's kind of like a collapse. Then I was thinking, if you think about it, you think of Italy and stuff like that. Maybe it's not necessarily true, but it's more. I don't know if it's not really a stereotype, but the modest living, instead of, there are rich ones, but I'm thinking, and then I start thinking of how what not middle Americans, uh, middle income Americans, whatever they call us, that not poor, not rich, middle American, whatever they call us. I don't know if I'm in that area now, because they're up into the $100,000, $200,000 range now to be just called whatever. I can't remember the term for middle America. Not poor, not rich, but mid-level. So anyway, and everybody's, there's people that strive out of there, and there's people that are just happy with making a living. I was thinking, where did that just staying level, just being able to make it, come from? Is there, because back in ancient times, like ancient Egypt and Sumer and all that stuff, was there a lot of wars going on where wars and flooding, and not necessarily there, but everywhere, where you're small villages, and to become these big countries and stuff, these small villages had to have been taken over, run out, and all over the planet. And so people would have, maybe they got, if you're middle America and stuff like that, you're just used to being run out of your town or home or whatever because of war or pestilence, whatever it was. And then you're just happy to have what you have. And maybe that's just reflected through time to make people think, well, I got a modest living. But you don't think about how old that reflects back into your lineage. As possibly there's, dates back into ancient times, even prehistoric. And I mean, it has to go back to prehistoric in some way or another, even though there's crossbreeds. There's some fathom of lineage, and you might not be able to, you won't be able to trace it because it's prehistoric. They can barely trace a couple hundred years back unless you're royalty. But anyway, I was just thinking, middle America was it's just so fluctuated that instead of seeking rich, I'm thinking the ones that are seeking fame and fortune think that everything is stabilized, and that it's like they're the newbies on the thing, and everybody else is looking at it, say, they got the attitude of, well, yeah, you can go for the big time, but everything after a while, you don't really have a reason. You say, okay, whatever, you're gonna try it, and for who knows what reason it came from. But for people that try and the people that are just happy with what they're at, I'm just thinking it reflects through time, through the lineage of, maybe thousands of years, 5 to 10s of thousands of years, that this has been you've just finally settled on instead of making it big, you finally realize that it's be happy with what you got because you don't have it all the time or something like that. Then the rich are, yeah, all I was thinking about is middle America right now is whatever they get. Dang, I can't even think of what it's called, but middle income. So I just wonder if that's the reflective. And then you think about poor people where they haven't really, that maybe that's just new that they were middle or whatever, or have always been labor intensive or what. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that right now.